Welcome to the City of South Bend, Washington. This City Council meeting was held on January 13th, 2025.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with
Welcome, everybody. I guess I should have called this to order, but we did the Pledge of Allegiance first. We're in kind of reverse order here, but that's okay, I guess. Do we have any items from the public tonight?
I signed in.
Okay.
What I want to ask about is when next time you do a grant for road improvements, please include bike lanes. The right number, it's so narrow there. When you have two vehicles and a bike, it gets kind of interesting.
Where are you talking?
I'm talking about Broadway and Water Street. But I think any streets, particularly residential ones, should have bike lanes. Kids ride their bikes, they do their skateboards. I've seen kids skateboarding down Water Street in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And what I'm saying is that bike lanes are gonna be a safety procedure we should have.
Okay, well, we can look into it when we apply for grants. I don't know if they cover those or not, but
There's some.
there are some that do. Yeah. Okay,
Thank you.
you betcha.
In fact, if we can add bike lanes somewhere along the way, that'd be nice. Because
Yeah.
otherwise, the kids are gonna be riding the bike the sidewalk.
Okay, I don't see anybody online that has any comments. So, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda, the consent agenda, and the minutes from December 23rd, 2024.
So moved.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Are any opposed? Motion carries. Did we have any correspondence? No? Okay. Moving on to item 6, approval of the personal service contract for the chief of police. And my understanding is the only thing that changed is the 4% increase that department heads receive, the same as the union employees receive. So I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And the same thing, personal service contract for the city supervisor and the building inspector. I would entertain a motion to approve.
Oh, so moved. Sorry.
And a second.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And personal service contract for the city prosecuting attorney. Were there any changes in this that you know of, David? No changes?
No changes.
No changes, that's what I thought. Okay, so I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And then the indigent criminal defendant or defendants attorney professional service contract, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
That's the public defender.
yes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay.
Under item 2, compensation as independent contractor,
Mhm.
it reads, for services rendered pursuant to this agreement, the city will provide the public defender with payment of $1,000 excluding sales tax.
Yeah, that's been in there every
I
year.
know it has, and
Yeah.
every year I bring it up.
Mhm.
It's in the
I don't
same for
know.
the prosecutor as well.
What is the sales tax?
I have no idea.
Well,
It should be
before or
It predates me.
Every year
I don't
bring
know
it
why
up
it's
and
in there.
Nothing ever gets changed.
I don't know if it needs to be changed, does it?
Sales tax, I
You
don't
only want to have a
understand.
tax on their service.
Service
You know,
tax.
Yeah,
lots of-
probably.
Lots of companies have taxes on services for the state,
Mhm.
so, I mean, you pay a tax, you use McDonald's drive-through, so. Look at it every time you go,
I
you
don't
pay 50
pay a
cents.
tax to anything at McDonald's.
Right, it's cheap.
You're probably right, White. You're probably right. It has something to do with, their, hired as a contractor.
Yeah.
And
it's a-
there's probably sales tax that
Yeah.
would apply if you didn't exclude it, would be my guess.
Okay, well, I won't be here next year to complain about it.
Leave me a list.
All right, I will. I won't be here either, so how's that? All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. One is an intergovernmental agreement for courtroom security service, and I'm gonna let the chief talk a little bit about this.
So in the past, the Pacific County Sheriff's Office and jail used corrections officers to provide security for North District Court and Superior Court. The Sheriff's Office is obligated by RCW to provide services to Superior Court, but not the district courts. So they are no longer providing that service to North District Court. The new Pacific County Jail Services, agency is looking into getting their corrections staff commissioned so that they can continue to provide security in North District Court. But for the time being, they're in a crunch and they do not have anybody to provide that service. So me, if my agency would be able to do that, I talked to my officers. We have all agreed to commit to provide that service. It's only a couple hours on every Tuesday. With an occasional Thursday if there's a trial to be had. As a backup, the city of Raymond is entering this exact same contract, from my understanding, that we are entering into. So basically, South Bend officers will get the first chance at providing security. If we do not have anybody to provide that service, then it'll go to the city of Raymond and their off-duty officers will have an opportunity to do it. So our guys are going to be doing it on overtime, and the rate that we figured out and came to an agreement with the county general administration covers the cost of the overtime as well as additional expenses as far as wear and tear on the equipment and the storage and maintenance of the body cam stuff. Anytime they have to take somebody into custody from court, it's going to generate a new case for the city of South Bend. So all that kind of stuff gets factored into our overall cost. So it's what they're going to pay is going to more than cover what it's going to cost us to do it. So we're not going to go backwards providing that service.
And that's $300 for the first 4 hours and $100 an hour after that.
Yep, correct. And typically North District Court usually is about 2.5 to 3 hours. So it's going to be the $300 for a 4-hour minimum.
Okay.
If they only have court for 3 hours, then court's over and our guy gets to go home. And we still get the $300 and I'll figure out, invoice them monthly. So.
I would only make one suggestion, that if it's $300 for the first 4 hours, somewhere in there, put that as a minimum. But that is the minimum, right?
Correct.
Absolutely the
Yep.
minimum
Well, that is the rate.
And I think that that's the
300
way
for the
it's
first
written.
4.
It's 300 for the first
for
4.
the first 4, but
Yeah.
if they're
Yeah.
only in there for 2.5, it's still a minimum of $300.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A flat fee.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I
Or
saw.
you could say $300, minimum up to 4 hours, or no, I think the way you said it was better. Anyway, yeah, we need to change that language a little bit, I agree.
So is this
That's a
strictly
good catch.
down because the sheriff's department no longer controls the jail up there, or what's still?
Yeah, it's essentially, so the sheriff's office, the corrections staff does not have law enforcement commission. So when they leave the jail, they cannot carry a firearm and execute an arrest.
Sounds like the county stuff through a little further before they.
I'm not gonna get into that, but I will say that, I don't wanna get into that conversation.
Right,
But
The problem I see here is you're already down an officer. We didn't have the money to pay an officer, got rid of an officer. And when you came to us to get that officer, you said that you were so under manpower that you couldn't operate without another officer, and now we're gonna put our men up there.
And that's
To
why,
me, we're taking our security off the street to take care of a problem that's the county's problem, not the city's problem.
no, this is an overtime opportunity, and that's why I went to my officers.
Overtime opportunity for you who are already underpowered.
Yes, but this is why I went to my officers and asked them, hey, are you guys willing to commit to these 3 or 4 hours on Tuesdays to?
And they'll be reimbursed.
And
They're gonna be compensated for it.
They're
It's-
off duty at
it's-
the
I-
time.
it
They're
is,
not
it's off duty.
They're
I'm-
off duty.
So I
I
don't,
just have a hard time with, why are we picking up the county's issues?
it's between, well, here's the other thing. North District Court sits in the city of South Bend.
Well, then maybe the county should have thought things through.
The city of South Bend Police Department is responsible for security at the courthouse. The sheriff's office is only responsible for Superior Court. The official court of record for the county, which is Superior Court. So our police department is responsible for security in that building regardless.
And it kind of sounds like this is sort of, we're stepping in kind of as a
It's,
favor.
it's
helping-
the county general administration had come to me, this is only a 3-month contract.
Yeah.
And so at 3 months, it's planned to either be reevaluated. What I would like to see is turn this into a yearly contract. Once the correction staff gets commissioned and they can come and do it on their own. If they are short-staffed for some reason or another, if the jail director gives me a call and says, hey, I have a shortage, I need one of your officers to come fill in for security. My guys, they eat up the overtime, they, they like the overtime, so they would be willing to come in and work that. As just a fill-in to help them out. We help each other out around here, and so this is us helping the North District Court. Long Beach is doing the same thing for South District Court. So, yeah.
Okay.
I, with that change, because we have that we are gonna be at. And the plan was for me to present this contract to the judge tomorrow for him to sign. So can we make that change tonight and tomorrow morning?
Yes.
Can we pass it with that change and then tomorrow
Yes.
morning I can take that?
I would just put, minimum $300 for the first 4 hours. I
Okay.
would just put minimum in front of 3.
Okay.
Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I would entertain a motion to approve the intergovernmental agreement for courtroom security services.
So moved.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Are any opposed? Motion carries. Okay. So we need to elect a mayor pro tem. Darren has been our mayor pro tem. I'm very happy with the job that he has done. And if he is willing to be pro tem again, I recommend that we pass a motion to that effect unless someone else would like to step up.
So moved.
Okay. All right. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, congratulations, Darren. 1 more year as mayor pro tem. Okay, and then the council committees are listed back on the last page again. And I have a question for you, Bunny.
Okay.
We have on the master list CW cog alternate. I was not aware that you were the CW cog alternate, or if I was aware, I forgot. But I didn't know we had a CW cog alternate. Did you know anything about that?
I did not.
I didn't think so. But you're on the RWCC.
Yes.
Yes. So, yeah, so we need to scratch CW cog alternate off of there because that was one for me. I don't know how that
Yeah,
got
that's
on there.
weird.
Yeah, yeah. So, if everyone is happy with the, committees remaining as they are, or would like to recommend any changes? I guess I should ask, are there any changes anyone? Okay.
I would like to be on the finance committee and take me off public works or the fire department.
Okay, so Wyatt or Patricia, did you want to change? We can only have two. You want to change?
I'll take it.
Okay, so we'll put you on Public Works for Wyatt. And we'll put Jan on Finance. Is everybody okay with that? Any other suggestions? Okay, so I would entertain a motion to approve the council committees.
So moved.
Second,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
I,
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, department head reports. Chief Steele,
I have
okay, Supervisor Houck.
I have a couple items. So, Madison Street Safe Routes to School is going pretty good. Typically, we find stuff in the ground as soon as we open it up. So we have to replace, about 1,200 feet of compromised 18-inch CMP, which is, corrugated metal pipe. Thankfully, WashDOT, there's money in there for that, so it's not gonna come out of sales offers or anything like that, so it's all grant funded. And that's gonna be from like Water Street all the way to 101.
Wow.
So that'll help out drainage, you know,
Mhm.
from there. So that's a good thing, but it's going well. I think they got an extra 15 days to complete that. The other thing is the libraries. We're still waiting on insurance on that. There was a visit from the contractors and subcontractor as far as, they went there and assessed the building, for asbestos. So they're getting their numbers together. I'm guessing we should hear something in the next week on that from insurance. So fingers crossed on that. Also last week, Fabian Toder, who was here a while back on the EV charging stations, his group came down last week and surveyed the property, did a site visit and all that stuff. So they should be coming up with a design plan and engineering on that. We should have some submitted soon, I would guess. Other than that, everything's going pretty good.
Is there going to be a charging area in Raymond? I read about that somewhere.
I thought I heard something about that too, but.
I think they applied for a grant.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard something about that, but yeah.
Okay.
All right, Chief McGee is not here. Clerk Treasurer Johnson.
I have no business.
All right. He's doing a good job, you guys.
We haven't
There's
gotten
a
our,
lot to
we haven't
learn.
got our third quarter or
Fourth
fourth
quarter?
quarter.
No,
report.
it takes a while for those to come out. You
Okay.
gotta wrap
And
everything
our-
up at the end of the year.
And our monthly.
Yes, it takes a while for
cash
those to
flow.
come out. We aren't even to the middle of the month yet.
So what
So-
usually,
Hmm?
when do we usually get that by?
Once the treasurer's department gets everything finalized, you know how it is when you do your own stuff. There's statements that come in, bank statements and everything that come in, the second, third week of the month usually that apply to the month before. And so it's not finalized until pretty much toward the third, fourth week of the month. As far as the actual numbers go so it takes a while to get those out, but we will get them to you. Okay, so I just have one thing that I want to say, and that is I want to publicly thank Dee Roberts. I know she's not here, but she's really been helping out a lot with the transition from Zoe to David. And I just wanted to publicly say thank you to her for what she's done in helping us. She's really been good about it and a big help. So, do we have any public comments regarding the agenda items tonight? Yes,
Yeah,
Gary.
I have one, with Mrs. Corcoran. It says something about somebody's getting paid excluding the sales tax. Who pays the tax though? The city responsible, the defendant, or the attorney?
Nobody. It's excluding sales
Yeah.
tax. There is no sales tax.
Excluding. Well,
Yeah,
somebody must
yeah.
pay if it's a service.
And I don't believe that you have to pay it. I think it's excluded.
It must come out of the
Probably by-
attorney's pocket then.
They would
Yeah, I
have to
don't know.
report it as income.
Yeah, they
There
would,
is-
on their
yeah,
personal
yeah,
taxes
it's-
probably.
yeah.
But that's not sales tax, that's income tax.
Right.
Yeah,
So I wouldn't think sales tax applies. I don't understand why it's on there.
probably not. I don't know. I'm sure there's a legal reason it is.
I don't
I don't
know
know
why
why
it's
you
on
would put
there
it in if
either.
you didn't have to.
I haven't known for 12 years.
Yeah. All right,
I got, like, I'm
Yes.
sorry, I gotta apologize. Dennis, I couldn't hear what you said. You were speaking so softly sometimes and you were facing down, and I couldn't hear what your report was. What was it about?
It was about the library.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Know what?
We haven't heard anything from the insurance yet.
Oh,
So the contractor was there last week and they are reporting with an assessment back to insurance. So once they get all that information, we should hear something, I'm thinking, by this coming week.
Well, they've got they got an engineer's report, haven't they?
Yeah, they have all that stuff. They had a contractor go in there and give cost estimates on stuff. And the insurance is figuring out what they're gonna cover.
Okay, so we're just waiting on the insurance company.
Yeah.
Bless their hearts.
it's been a long process.
Yeah.
We've been waiting.
Yes.
Oh, it doesn't go quick. Okay, let's move on to council comments. Counselor Williams.
Nothing from me.
Okay, Counselor Davis,
Nothing?
Counselor Corcoran.
Diantha should sit in the front row.
I like it, I just sit by beside it.
Oh, goodness. Counselor Manlow
Nothing.
and Counselor Kuiken.
I'm good.
All right.
Mhm.
Any future agenda topics? Nope, we're all good? All right, thanks everybody for coming. We are adjourned.
This has been the City Council meeting for the City of South Bend, Washington. Meeting was held on January 13th, 2025. The next City Council meeting will be held on January 27th, 2025.